2025 to initiate implementation of SWFP in Southeastern Asia Oceania sub-region, which will involve Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Papua New Guinea, and Timor-Leste. With this planned extension, SWFP is expected to benefit over 100 developing countries, including most of the LDCs and small island developing states, by the end of next year. This SWFP expansion and technical advancements would not be possible without the contributions from the relevant global and regional centers, including RSMCs hosted by various WMO members, and without the support from the development partners. Therefore, I would like to express sincere thanks to all contributing global and regional centers, including those hosted by IMD, for providing guidance and advisory services for severe weather forecasting, as well as for tropical cyclone forecast support and flash flood guidance to the national Met services of the relevant countries in the region. Coming back to this regional training, I also appreciate IMD for providing several experts and trainers to contribute to this training program and for nominating a large number of local participants, not only from the IMD central office in New Delhi, but also from its various remote regional offices. I'm also thankful to each of BMKG, the Agency for Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysics of the Republic of Indonesia, and the China Meteorological Administration for providing their trainers to share good practices on interoperability from their respective centers. My special thanks to IMD's local organizing committee for this training, including Dr. Patnaik and Ms. Monika Sharma and their team for providing support in facilitating the local logistics, and this is very much appreciated. Distinguished experts, at the end, I wish you all the best for the success of this regional training, and I hope all trainees will be engaged in the learning process to improve their knowledge and skills on interoperability, and hopefully they will apply their learning experience in their home countries to strengthen interoperable environment through enhancement of the capacities of national institutions involved in multi-hazard early warning services in their respective countries. I also look forward to see more concrete follow-up actions and recommendations from this regional training that may be useful to promote and strengthen multi-hazard early warning services interoperability in South Asia. I wish you a pleasant stay in New Delhi. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Patnaik.
Thank you very much, Athav sir, for all your support, not only for this workshop, but also for various achievements of AWP under your guidance and leadership. We are looking forward for further strengthening this for this our interoperability framework. Now, coming to our chief guest, Dr. M. Ravichandran, who is an eminent scientist in the country with experience of working in various departments under the Ministry of Earth Sciences. He is the chairman and expert member of various international and national committees. Under his leadership, the Ministry of Earth Science is marching forward to serve the country, especially the ambitious projects like Mission Mausam, Deep Ocean Mission, and Blue Economy initiatives. Since inception of this training workshop, we have received all support from Secretary MHEWS and his entire team of the Ministry of Earth Sciences. We thank you, sir, and I take this opportunity to invite you for the inaugural address for this workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mahapatra. Patnaik. Dr. Mahapatra, Director General of Meteorology. Dr. Atta Hussain, Chief Scientific Officer of WMO. Sri Sendil Pandian, Joint Secretary of Ministry of Earth Sciences. Dr. Balakrishna Nair, Director, Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services. Resource personnel from China and Indonesia. Dr. Patnaik, Dr. Pai, and my colleagues and friends from WMO and Ministry of Earth Sciences. Very good morning to all of you, and welcome you all for this important workshop, regional training workshop for especially multi-early warning system for interoperability implementations. As you all know that in an era where climate change and disasters are becoming increasingly frequent and severe, it is imperative that we need to develop the early warning system for various hazards. When you talk about various hazards, of course, the hazards are natural, but if you talk about disaster, is man-made. So we need to tackle how to tackle the hazard. If we know, then we will be able to manage the disasters. Now, the disasters are multifaceted. It is not that one particular discipline or particular activity, maybe the particular features will create a problem. It is basically a multi-hazard uh, features. It is hence we want to have a warning system is to be a multi-hazard. It is basically a multi-hazard, multidisciplinary, multinational, and multi-regional, and everything. It has become very complex in nature, each hazard. Hence, it is imperative that we need to have prepare for multi-hazard warning system. For that, of course, we need to have a better detection system, analysis, as well as understanding. Then also we need to communicate very well in timely, and then what you are communicating that should be known to the end users, and you should not communicate various ways of communication. It should be known if they communicate this, this is the action required. When I am talking about multi-hazard, of course, the things will happen in the same. Suppose rainfall is going to be increased one place, this much is going to be rainfall. Depending upon the location, depending upon the area, that impact will be different purpose. Some agriculture people need different purpose. Basically, the impact is different for different areas. So I think when we are giving the warnings, we should clearly specify what is the impact will be. Usually what everybody says that what the weather will be, usually we used to say, but now we have to do what the weather will do. That is more important. That is why the interoperability also comes into picture, because the various processes, hazard event as well as disaster management, it has to depends on the user requirement. And also it is multidisciplinary. I mean, any hazards, it is not only single. Suppose if you're taking heavy rainfall event, that heavy rainfall event causing the flooding and further consequences. If you talk about natural hazards, some of the things are, suppose you consider a tsunami, it is interdisciplinary. Geoscience or seismology and ocean together plays a tsunami. Similarly, if you are talking about cyclone, ocean and atmosphere is complex. Then landslide, maybe the rainfall followed by the geoscience landslide things also, it is a multidisciplinary. If you talk about the globe, then it is also basically cryospheric things. So once it is ice melts, then the flooding is happening. All these things happen. So it is basically entire Earth system. So that is why the Ministry of Earth Sciences formed basically to holistically look at all these atmosphere and hydrosphere, cryosphere, and geosphere holistically to look at it, not only to have provide these services, but also various hazard to look at holistically and warning, and maybe the services is provide to services timely. Some of the things are hazards, also cascading effect. Suppose if you see that maybe last year, some of the India's Somoli uh, episodes or disasters, it started with the rock slide or landslide, then it is followed by glove, then it is a flooding, then it is a heavy precipitation. So all these things are mixed together, and finally the disasters happen. So that's why it required a multidisciplinary nature, and also we need to warning. We have to have different purpose. What do you mean to say is the impact of the last mile, how they respond, how to respond, that has to be very clearly mentioned. The multidisciplinary as well as the interoperability, of course, already Dr. Mohapatra mentioned that the interoperability of various warning systems, actually it should be unison, because somebody, the Met Center of state or regional or maybe the country has to be unified way it has to be tell. One maybe suppose some warning should be different in nature, but the user also should know that earlier what range it has to be there. Accordingly, all the centers should be initially we have to tell the forecast. May I mean to say that what you can say, the forecast should be what is called it's the same for the various centers. It should not be different for different centers. So we need to say what we need to communicate to the people. We need to work together. I think this training is very important. What is the message we have to convey to the end user, that is more important. And when this type of workshop, I think we need to formulate a framework. Under what framework we need to have a forecast warning system. We need to evolve, and maybe the whatever the best practices from various countries we have evolved, especially in the multi-hazard warning system for interoperability per se. I think that we need to share, and the best one we have to maybe we have to utilize for other community. We have to discuss and find out what is the best for each country or the each region. I think I'm sure that this training will provide many of the new knowledge, as well as some of the sharing the experiences of various activities from various centers, so that once you go back, I think you should have some new knowledge, so that we can make use of that new knowledge to the operational services. And I wish you all the training should be successful, and I'm sure that each one of you take home new knowledge, and the warning system should be very, very effective when you go back with the new knowledge. With this, I thank you very much for coming, and I'm sure that the workshop will be a grand success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very motivational word. We'll ensure that the training program would serve to implement interoperability, thereby making optimum utilization of available resources with further improvement in our forecasting services. Now, at the last item, so I'll request my colleagues, Dr. Anand Sharma, Anand Das, Head Cyclone Warning Division, to kindly give the vote of thanks.
Respected Dr. M. Ravichandran, Honorable Secretary, Ministry of Earth Sciences, Dr. Mrityunjay Mahapatra, Director General of Meteorology, India Meteorological Department, Director Inquires, Dr. Balakrishnan, Dr. Pandianji, and Dr. Pai, and Dr. Mahesh Kumarji, and my Professor Zhou from China, and other participants from neighboring countries or countries from South Asia, and all other participants from India. Dr. Ata Hussain from WM DRR office, we are missing you here. Then all other senior officials from India Meteorological Department or institutes of Ministry of Earth Sciences. It is my great privilege to propose formal vote of thanks for this regional training workshop. Dr. M. Ravichandran is our principal mentor, and he always inspires us to take new endeavors. And not only he inspires, he also ensured support from his office, so that we can be successful in all endeavors. So we are very much thankful to you, sir. And we already know that Dr. Mrityunjay Mahapatra, third Vice President of WMO, he always envisages things which is very much essential and good for the people. Means whether it is a climate or weather services or any framework which will be very much useful and easily implementable within the National Meteorological Hydrological Services. And he is promoting early warning for all, and in that he emphasizes that interoperability is very important. That's why he planned this training workshops here along with WMO office, and we are thankful to say that this program is the here is with we are all uh, joining this program, and we are also thankful to Atausanji. He is actually friend of the region. He always very much helpful, and he extends earnest support from his WMO office so that every WMO program become a success here within this region. And he always also very much helpful to our RSMC New Delhi for any program to conduct. We are thankful to you, Atav Senji. And then certainly all senior officials from Ministry of Earth Science, they extended generous support so that every official steps can be fulfilled, every work can be and completed within time. So we are also thankful to all senior officials in Ministry of Earth Sciences. And we are also thankful to our organization sections, general section, and other sections whoever supported this training program directly or indirectly. And certainly our head RSMC, Dr. D.R. Patnaik, we are thankful to you, sir. You have taken the pain to conduct this program, and certainly we, Dr. Mahapatra is always planning everything, but our team, the Cyclone Warning Division, and especially Mrs. Monica Sharma, actually worked hard to make this program successful. And not, finally, all the participants from neighboring countries and South Asia, we thankful to you. You came here and joined this training program and to make it successful. Uh, and all other officials, whoever is supporting this training program, as a resource person, we are thankful to all of them. So I hope if I missed someone, uh, we also thank everyone, whoever is behind, supporting directly or indirectly this training program. Thank you, everyone. So,
Thank you, Dr. Das, for giving the formal vote of thanks. With this, we actually conclude the inaugural session. So we will now proceed for the group photograph here, just adjacent to this. All participants, our secretary sir and DG sir are requested to proceed with the here. No? Okay, so group photograph will be here. After that, we will go for the high tea outside the. This will be better. Okay, so just I think all participants. Yeah. It's just from let us see. Oh. मेरे को क्लोज कर दिया जाना पड़ती yeah I see to me last time yeah Bangkok oh not hardcore hard
Online participants, request Dr. Atta Hussain and other online participants to switch on the camera, please. Yeah.
Take it that side only.
So take the snapshot. Screen
उधर से।
screenshot ले लीजिए.
दे देम सबके कैमरा।
They want to put up there. Yeah. No, he cares. In your system, you can take up, no? That's fine. But here, photograph will not.
स्क्रीन ये करो स्क्रीन से रामन स्क्रीन से take this इसको ले लेना
This screenshot you can take. एक screenshot